You have a problem. Yes, you. Or most likely, many problems. And you think life will be dandy if you solve them, don't you? Sure, it's great when you solve a problem. One less thing to worry about, right? Not exactly. Enter Chris. A struggling salesman facing financial difficulties, unable to make ends meet to provide for his family. He takes a risk and decides to pursue a highly competitive internship program as a stockbroker, hoping it will lead to a better future. Chris faces immense challenges during the unpaid internship, including homelessness, as he and his son are evicted from their apartment. He finds shelter in homeless shelters, subway stations, and even a public bathroom, all while maintaining a positive attitude and focusing on his internship. As Chris works to complete his internship, he faces numerous obstacles, including intense competition, financial strain, and the need to balance work and taking care of his young son. He perseveres, displaying determination and resourcefulness. He solves problems by tirelessly studying, seeking guidance from his mentors, and making sacrifices to provide for his son's well-being. Chris faces personal setbacks, such as the breakdown of his marriage, which adds emotional strain to his already challenging circumstances. Despite the emotional hardships, he remains focused on his goals and maintains a strong bond with his son, creating a supportive environment for their well-being. Chris is eventually offered a job at Dean Witter's Reynolds, but he must endure a final unpaid period before receiving a salary. He works tirelessly, demonstrating his skills and commitment, and eventually earns a permanent position as a stockbroker. Despite Chris's challenges, he remains focused on his goals, ultimately achieving his goal as a stockbroker and providing a brighter future for himself and his son. If you haven't figured it out already, this is a true story about Chris Gardner, from the autobiography he wrote, The Pursuit of Happiness. We all deal with problems throughout our entire lives. There are times where everything seems to be going great without a problem, and other times where problems seem to come at us without an end. The funny thing about it is that when we solve a problem, it doesn't just eliminate it. It just creates other, potentially easier to deal with problems. If someone is struggling to maintain a healthy diet and being physically active, causing their weight to gain and overall lower energy levels, this is a problem for them. If this individual decides to create a solution to this problem by making lifestyle changes and incorporating regular exercise into their life, their problem, you could then say, would be solved. With this solution that they have created, they have changed their lifestyle. What are some of the problems that now may be introduced because of this? With exercise, many would find that they have an increased appetite and food cravings. And with this increased appetite comes the issue of finding healthy foods to fill that hunger. They have successfully committed to working out on a consistent regimen. Great. Now comes the issue of time management. Planning around life's duties can be quite difficult when you have such a commitment to uphold. Challenges may also arise when engaging in recreational activities and social events where foods may be present that this person is trying to avoid. There may also be questioning from others about their choices. Weight loss may come to a plateau after initial progress, yet another problem that needs a solution. As humans, we are inherently problem-solving creatures. This is a fundamental aspect of our nature, and it has played a crucial role in our survival and our progress throughout our evolution. Our ancestors had to adapt to the changing environment, finding food, shelter, and protection against predators. Inevitably, they were pushed toward the invention of tools and primitive technologies, from simple things like fire and spears to more complex things like agriculture and transportation. Our science and intellectual progress is built upon problem solving. This is what drives our curiosity and encourages us to ask questions. Problem solving is what helped to create the world that we live in today. Through groundbreaking discoveries and developed theories, we have gained a much deeper understanding of the natural world. The truth is that as much as we hate the problems that we have and we wish that they would go away, we actually love having them. Our minds are tuned to search for problems even when we are in lack of them. When we experience a lack of stimulation or engagement such as boredom, our minds actively seek out problems to solve. This phenomenon actually has a name, known as the boredom effect. It occurs because naturally our brains crave stimulation. When we are placed in environments without external stimuli, our minds tend to generate puzzles or challenges to occupy our attention. Moreover, in the world today, many will look for things that they disagree with on social media. I believe that this has a lot to do with our need to search for problems. I'm sure many of you have noticed. Have you found that you were in an environment that lacked stimuli only to discover that you were seeking solutions to problems that you had came up with? I personally do this all the time. When I have downtime when I'm working or when I have a lack of chores to do, I will actively try to seek out the next thing I have to solve and I'll focus on it. Whether it be my YouTube channel, chores, plans, or things that I have to do on my to-do list. The problems that we have don't have to be negative. Problems can be seen as opportunities for growth, learning, or creativity. They can force us to think critically or to expand our knowledge or to help us develop new skills. When we experience something like a breakup, one of the biggest issues that some people have is finding things to fill the time that they used to spend with their significant other. This is a problem for many, but what this does is to help us reflect on ourselves and to start on a journey to become more wholesome. Finding new hobbies or taking interest in things that we may not have found if we hadn't gone through the breakup. Finding solutions to our problems usually only trades them for better problems. It's a consistent cycle that we stay in throughout our lives. The more we focus on our problems and start finding solutions to them, the more capable we become at finding solutions on a grander scale, creating a continuous cycle of problem solving in our lives. However, as we devote our attention to addressing problems and finding solutions, we develop greater problem-solving skills and the ability to tackle more significant and complex issues. This process expands our capacity to solve problems on a broader scale, contributing to personal growth and the potential for making a positive impact in various aspects of our lives and the world around us. Look, our problems have taken us to where we are now. The evolution of our species was driven by the problems that we faced. The problems that another faced is the reason that this video is on YouTube right now. And a plethora of problems have been solved to get you to where you are right now. Tackle your problems with a smile on your face, knowing that more problems are just going to proceed. Albert Einstein once said, "The significant problems that we face today cannot be solved at the same level of thinking we were at when we created them." No matter what problems you may be facing, they will soon be a problem of the past, only for you to be presented with new challenges. The cycle will carry on, and hopefully you'll be all the wiser because of it. And you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I was standing in line to get a coffee the other day, and there were two people in front of me. The guy that was directly in front of me offered to pay for the woman who was in front of him's drink. And before this, I didn't have a problem. But after he offered to pay for her drink, I realized I did have a problem. Nobody was paying for mine. Hey guys, I wanted to give a huge thank you to those of you who stuck around until the end of the video. Your support means the world to me. Let me know in the comments section any feedback you have or suggestions for future videos. Take care.